The Obama administration stepped up its response to Ebola today, hoping to ease concerns about its spreading in the United States. That came with one case diagnosed in Dallas and a confirmed death toll in West Africa that now tops 3,400. President Obama's team came to the White House briefing room after a week of growing questions about whether and how Ebola can be stopped. Lisa Monaco is assistant to the president for Homeland Security and Counterterrorism.
Every Ebola outbreak over the past 40 years has been stopped. We know how to do this, and we will do it again. With America's leadership, I'm confident, and President Obama is confident, that this epidemic will also be stopped.
Anthony Fauci, the nation's top epidemiologist, acknowledged there may be more cases in the United States, but he said it is not a cause for panic.
We're having the press conference because we need to get information out because there is a lot of fear. And the reason there's a lot of fear is that there are many things when you have outbreaks. It's the unknown, it's the cataclysmic nature of it. Namely, it's acute, it kills in a high percentage, and it kills quickly. That in and of itself, almost intuitively, makes people frightened. The other thing that makes people frightened, can this happen to me without my even knowing it, without my having any behavioral change at all? And that's the kind of thing that we have to keep over and over again emphasizing. We respect your concern, we understand your concern, but the evidence base tells us that that is not going to happen.
The officials played down any need for a complete ban on travelers from affected nations in West Africa. They said screening efforts there are working.
As the measures are being taken to screen individuals who are departing from the affected countries, and we've spoken to that, CDC professionals actually have provided the assistance and the training and the advice to airport officials in Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. And as a result of those measures and those screening steps that have been undertaken, many people, dozens of people, have actually been stopped from traveling. So we see those issues, those steps actually being effective.
Also today, the Pentagon upped the number of U.S. troops it is sending to West Africa to as many as 4,000. We'll return to the case of the Liberian man hospitalized in Dallas and fears of additional cases after the news summary. Islamic State militants claimed late today they have carried out yet another beheading of a fourth Western hostage. They released a video today apparently showing the murder of Alan Henning. He's a British aid worker who was taken captive last December in Syria. He would be the second British hostage killed, along with 2 American reporters. Job creation in the U.S. jumped in September, making the employment picture the brightest it's been in 6 years. The Labor Department reported today that employers added a net 248,000 workers, and the jobless rate dropped below 6% for the first time since mid-2008. President Obama welcomed the news this afternoon at a steel plant in Princeton, Indiana.
This progress that we've been making, it's been hard. It goes in fits and starts. It's not always been perfectly smooth or as fast as we want, but it is real and it is steady and it is happening. And it's making a difference in economies all across the country.
Our Paul Salman explores what these numbers reveal about the true health of our economy later in the program. The good news about unemployment went down well on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 208 points to close at 17,009. The Nasdaq rose 45 points to close at 4575, and the S&P 500 added 21 to finish near 1968. For the week, all 3 indexes lost a fraction of 1%. Violence erupted today in Hong Kong, where protesters demanding more democracy have taken to the streets and tied up parts of the city since Sunday. Lucy Watson of Independent Television News reports again from Hong Kong.
It was a tinderbox in the heart of Hong Kong's shopping area. The youth who crave democracy were confronted with fury. from others in this city who want their streets back. Our cops are world-class, she says, but when they fired tear gas at the students, they didn't use enough. Clear out, yelled the people against the pro-democracy movement as they tore down the tents. And one by one, they disappeared. This was the people against the people, face to face, while police tried to maintain order.
Obviously, it'd be good if everyone calmed down, but both have very strong views, so it's very difficult for us.
The leader of Hong Kong has described this as anarchy and blames the students. But they nervously held their line, all day and night, surrounding the last structures standing.
Throughout the day, these skirmishes have been escalating because the people on this side want to get back to business, and that means taking this tent down.
Hold the fort, the students shout, hold the fort. Because they believe this violence was engineered by the government and police should be held responsible. The so-called umbrella revolution is under pressure and their peaceful plans in chaos.
A main student group behind the protest movement said later that it is pulling out of planned talks with Hong Kong's government. Back in this country, an update on a story we brought you last night. Students and parents in suburban Denver say they will resume protests against new standards for some U.S. history classes. Conservatives on the Jefferson County School Board refused last night to cancel plans to review the curriculum. They want the material to promote, quote, patriotism and respect for authority. Students said it amounts to censorship.
We came to these conclusions on our own, and we have 40,000 people across the country who sided with us in saying that this is wrong for Jefferson County. This is wrong for us as students. This is wrong for American history.
The school board's conservatives denied that it's about censorship, and they said they are looking for compromise.
I have a great hope that our conversation this evening will bring this board together and have us work on a great proposal that assures our community that all classes are taught with balance, that we oppose all censorship, we want increased transparency, increased accountability, and increased community engagement.
The school board compromised somewhat and voted to add students and parents to the review committees. It's supposed to be fall, but you wouldn't know it in Southern California. A heat wave kicked regional temperatures near or above 100 degrees again today. Los Angeles County has opened dozens of cooling centers, and some school districts sent students home early to beat the heat.